Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the session. Today, we're talking about the ethical use of AI in higher education. The full title is Balancing Innovation with Responsibility. And that word balance is the one I want you to keep in mind throughout the session. AI is not on its way to our classrooms, it is already there. So it is not like our discussion that either we have to use it or not. It is in our students' phones, in their assignment submissions, and honestly, in many of our own lesson preparation habits too. So the question is not whether AI will change how we teach and learn, that has already happened. The question is whether we are going to shape that change or just watch it happen to us. So that is what today is about. Let us begin with a new session and new topics. A quick word about who I am. I am Dr. Shakeel Ahmed, a faculty trainer at the eLearning Center at Jazan University. My work focuses on educational technology, AI in teaching and learning, faculty development, and academic integrity, which, as you'll see, I'll connect very directly to what we are covering today. This session has 5 modules. Along the way, we'll look at more than 12 AI tools you can realistically use for this week, not in theory, but in practice. We also have 4 live video demos to show that how these tools working in real time. My goal is simple. By the time we finish, you'll have practical tools, a clear sense of where the boundaries are, and a framework you can actually apply in your next class. Not someday, we are going to use it this week. Here is what we are covering today across 5 modules. We're going to start with the module one, that is foundation, what AI actually is, where it already shows up in universities, and why we need to have this conversation now rather than later. Module two is about the real opportunities where AI genuinely helps with teaching, student support, research, and the administrative work that takes up to, so much of our time. And module three, where we roll up our sleeves, we'll go through a practical set of AI tools for teaching, research, content creation, and assessment. Things you can open on your laptop tonight. So we are gonna have it module four. That is the real honest part, the ethical problems, because this is the most influential topic about the ethical problems that once we are using the AI, where we have to stop using and where are the boundaries. So academic integrity, bias, privacy, transparency, and access. So this all we will not a proper chance to ask the questions by end of the sessions or during the session. So here, we have just discussed that in module five is about what we actually do next, policies, frameworks, case studies, and a plan you can take back to your department. So my 5 modules, real tools, honest conversations. So let us get into it, that how all these modules have to work in this session. Module one, that is definitely introduction to AI ethics. We need to learn that what are AI ethics and how we can go through with them. So before we can talk about how to use AI responsibly, we need to get clear on what AI actually is, how it has made its way into our universities, and why this conversation matters right now. I want to be clear about something from the start. This is not about being afraid of technology. Fear is not a useful response here. What is useful is being thoughtful, asking good questions, and making deliberate decisions and choices rather than just going along with whatever is convenient. So, that is what this module sets up. So, what is AI? In plain terms, artificial intelligence refers to computer systems that can do things we normally associate with human thinking. Reasoning through a problem, learning from data, understanding language, and making decisions. In higher education, AI shows up in three main ways. In teaching, it creates learning paths that adjust to each student's pace and level. In learning, tools like ChatGPT and Grammarly give students real-time feedback, writing help, and on-demand tutoring. And in research, AI can speed up literature reviews, data analysis, and checking for originality. So, for the faculty member, this session is not only that how you can deal with the AI tools and how you can interact with your students by using the AI tools, but the most important part that is research, because faculty members teaching universities, higher education, and the research is vice versa. We cannot take our eyes off from the research. So this session gonna give you a very good tool which can help you to speed up your research. So stay tuned. By end of the sessions, you're gonna get it so many different type of tools, and all these tools are authentic. We did a lot of research to prepare this presentations to make it useful all for all the faculty members, not only for Jazan University, but this is basically for higher education. So it is worth pausing on that. AI is not one single thing. It is a whole range of tools doing very different jobs. So understanding that variety is that first step to using any of it well. Uh, the most importantly, we have to see that how AI can be in action, where AI is already showing up on campuses, how the chatbots, grading systems, and adaptive platforms are running over there, and how the analytic tools work over there. So AI is not coming to campus; it is already here. Let me be specific about where chatbots like IBM Watson Assistant are handling student frequent asked questions, scheduling different type of questions, and onboarding around the clock without any faculty time involved. Grading systems are taking care of routine assessments, which frees up time for the kind of detailed, meaningful feedback that actually changes how students write and think. Platforms like Coursera and Khan Academy just learning content automatically based on how each student is performing. A struggling student and a strong student can work through the same course and have completely different experiences at the same time. And analytics tools are watching engagement patterns and flagging students who may be falling behind before things get serious enough that a student gives up. So this is already happening, which is exactly why this conversation which is over. So we cannot wait for the conversation. We're gonna have a lot of different things to discuss. So let me share three numbers that I think every faculty member needs to sit with. An estimated 92% of the students are using AI tools every week. 74% of the faculty are using AI in their lesson preparations, and only 38% of the institutions have written AI policy. And all these numbers and measurements based on the research. This is basically not the just the numbers. Is based on the research that almost 92% of the students are using AI tools. So, but in response, the 74% of the faculty are using AI tools. So you can see this generation belongs to the technology and they are ahead of the faculty members. So faculty members need to be very careful and they need to be focused to use the technology. Otherwise, they set they already sitting behind the students. So read that last one again. Nearly 3 in 4 faculties are already using AI, and fewer than 4 in 10 institutions have put anything on paper about how that should work. So that gap is a problem. AI is moving faster than our policies, and when that happens, students are left to figure out the rules on their own, which means some will make poor choices and some will be unfairly punished for choices that were never clearly defined as wrong. So that is not fair to anyone, and it is entirely within our power to fix it. So, in my opinion, that we need to prepare the policy. The institutions are responsible to prepare the policy to at least to make them understand to the students and the faculty that what is right and what is wrong. But before going move ahead, we have to discuss about the benefits and ethical risks by using the AI tools. AI in education is genuinely useful. I want to be honest about that because it boosts efficiency, it makes learning more personal, it speeds up research, and it gives faculty data they can actually act on to the sport students. But it also creates real problems, and I think we do ourselves a different type of dissuasive if we pretended otherwise. Academic integrity is the harder to maintain when a tool can write a convincing essay in 30 seconds. Bias is built into many AI systems, definitely in ways that quietly disadvantage certain students. And most people using the tools have no idea. Student data is flowing into commercial AI systems without clear consent or oversight. And too many AI decisions are made inside a black box that no one can open or explain. So these are not theoretically risks. They are definitely things that are happening right now in universities like ours as well, knowing that this is the first step to doing something about it. So let's have a look about module two. That is definitely belongs to the core opportunities. Not every use of AI in education is complicated or ethically murky. A lot of it is generally useful. It makes teaching better. It gives students more support. It speeds up research, and of course, it cut down on the administrative work that consumes lots of faculty time. So before we get to the challenges, let us be clear about where AI is actually helping us. There are four main areas where AI is definitely helping us. The first opportunity is personalized learning. AI can adjust lessons to match each student's pace and level, something that would be almost impossible to do by hand across a large classrooms. So platforms like Coursera and Smart Sparrow change the difficulty of content automatically. A student who is struggling gets more examples and more practice time. A student who has already grasped the concept move forward like a bit fastly. And this all happens at the same time in the same class without using or without you having to manage it manually. So this is what like AI is managing. This is what we call the opportunity. So think about what that mean in practice. A student who has always found a particular topic hard gets exactly the right level of score, while their classmates who are ready to move on actually they do. Uh, the same lesson, different experiences, better outcomes for both because the students who are lacking their studies they can get more examples, they can have the more good experience to learn over there might possible. They do have the examples from easy to hardship over there, but a student who is already grasping different type of informations quickly, they can get the harder examples on the early stage. So think about what that means, like how we can manage all these things. That is what good differentiations looks like, and AI can make it automatic, and you don't need to be worried about this one. The second opportunity is automated support and instant feedback. This one has a very direct effect on how much time faculty spend on repetitive tasks. Chatbots can answer common student questions, they can manage scheduling and send reminders at any hour without faculty reading to be available. So tools like Grammarly and Turnitin give students fast writing feedback that would otherwise took us to provide by the faculty member. So here is a simple example. A student submits a draft at 11 at night. Within seconds, they get feedback on grammar, structure, and clarity. You get that time back, and definitely you can use it for the kind of deeper conversation about argumentation and thinking that no AI can replicate. Definitely not all the things can be replaced with the AI. So AI takes care of the surface level feedback. That is really important sentence. You have to keep in mind that what AI is going to do, AI takes care of surface level feedback. You focus on the substance. That is a good division of labor. The faculty can dive deep in, and the surface level things, the administrative level things can be done by the AI automated platforms that are really easy to manage and saving time as well. The third opportunity we have to discuss, that is enhanced research tools, another important part. And this one generally changes what is possible. Tools like Semantic Scholar and Elicit can read and summarize research papers in seconds, pull out key findings and survey trends across thousands of studies. So tasks that used to take weeks can now take an afternoon. So in seconds, in minutes, in few attempts, you can bring the result which were not able to bring results in weeks earlier. So now I believe the smart thing, if you can use the different type of AI tools, the surface level of research can be done very easily, specifically for the literature review. Because in coming slides we are going to discuss a lot of different tools which can help you to enhance and foster your research work as well. So think about what it would mean to scan 10,000 papers across a decade, identify where the research gaps are, and flag the directions that look most promising, all before lunch. Look the difference. So that is not science fiction. These tools exist right now and we are working with them, and I believe by using these tools our research is more modernized than a decade before, because in 2026 I believe there is a boom of using the AI tool. There are so many tools being available in the market, but this is what the point is which tools are helpful more, and by using less time and more like good results and authentic results we can get back from them. The goal is not to replace the intellectual work of research, it is to spend more time on the actual thinking and less time on the logistics of finding and sorting information. That was basically AI tools are doing to enhance the research. Next opportunity is administrative efficiency behind the scene. But it might be the one that gives you the most time back, administrative administrations. That is the most important part of this one. So AI can handle grading for routine assessments, track attendance, manage records, and predict enrollment trends as well, um, and so on. By this way, You can help with the staff communication and planning as well. The paperwork that eats into teaching time, office hours, and evenings, a lot of that can be automated. In practice, this looks like class scheduling is automated, attendance is automated, post feedback is summarized by AI, and the final grade approval stays with you. And AI handles the routine. You keep the judgment call. So you can see over here all the administrative tasks are being done by the AI, and half of your lecture time being spared over there. Because earlier in the like old times, a student came inside the classroom, and they have to sit over there, a teacher standing on the desk and start calling the attendance over there. So for example, 40 students, so it means you have to take 5 to 10 minutes for the attendance. Then you can manage your paperwork, remaining things. So all these administrative talks being handled by AI nowadays, and you can spend all this time to deep dive in to make more like effective type of like study plans for the students. So departments that use this will get asked back every week, asked that go back to the students to teach and to research more in detail. So now the time to discuss about the module 3. Module 3 is really important. That is AI tools for faculty growth. What kind of tools we can use for the faculty for the development. So this is basically hands-on part. We have put together a practical set of AI tools across 5 areas: teaching and lesson design, research and writing, content and media creation, assessment and feedback, and more importantly, that is smart prompting. Remember that if you don't know that how to prompt your problem, you cannot get the results from the AI. A good prompt engineering can bring back the good results. So each section also has an ethics check built in. So because the how and when of using these tools matters just as much as whether you use them at all. So these are tools you can open this week. So let's go through them. Starting with teaching and lesson design, the basic idea here, you have to prepare faster without the quality going down. ChatGPT and Claude are good for building out lesson plans, gathering examples, and coming up with decisions and discussion questions. Magical Schools AI has 60 templates built specifically for teachers. Rubrics like exit tickets, parent emails, support plans, and definitely if it takes any text and adjust it into like different reading levels instantly, which is a huge help when your class has students at a very different point of view. There is like interactive lessons with polls and visual activities, brisk there is a teaching works right in your browser as you prepare content. And definitely Han Migo provides tutoring to support that connects to curriculum students as well. The key rule for all these: AI draft, then you review, then it goes to the classrooms. That's it, never the other way around. And if AI shape what you taught in any meaningful way, say that put it in your slides, notes, and your syllabus as well. So transparency starts with us. We have to need to be very careful with all these kind of transparencies. One like word I would like to say, like if you are going to miss the cloud in 2026, it means you are going to miss the opportunity like you missed in 2013 for the cryptography. So you have to put your efforts for to learn about the cloud. This slides plays a live video showing magical school AI in action. So the platform describes itself as a trusted AI tool built for schools. The video walks through the range of tools available to teachers, lesson plan builders, rubrics generators, and definitely worksheet creators, report card comment tools, and more like tools available in this like video. So both free and paid plans are available. So you have to watch for how quickly a teacher can go from a topic idea to a usable classroom resources. It gives a very clear sense of where AI can genuinely save preparation time. Remember one thing, that any of the tool do have two versions, the free versions and the paid versions. No doubt the paid version could have more facilities, and there is unlimited time and unlimited answer of questions from your side. And in the free version there are some restrictions asking questions or responding over there. But I believe if you are smart enough, you can utilize the limited and restricted versions, the free version as well, and more powerful and more useful. So let's go have a video demo with this one.
Are you a teacher looking to explore the exciting world of generative AI? This tutorial is here to guide you through Magic School AI, a free tool that can make your teaching experience easier and more engaging. Let's get started. First, visit the Magic School AI website. Signing up is quick, easy, and completely free. Once you've created your account, you'll arrive at your dashboard. Here, you can set up your profile to personalize your experience, though this step is optional. From this point, you're ready to dive into all the amazing features Magic School AI has to offer. On the dashboard, you'll see several sections. The magic tools are where the real magic happens. These tools are designed to help with everything from creating quizzes and lesson plans to rewriting text and even generating fun activities like teacher jokes. The tools are organized with filters to make it easy to find what you need. For example, if you're looking for assessment ideas, just click the Assessment filter and you'll see options like multiple choice generators and question creators. Let's try creating a quiz. Click on the quiz generator and it will ask you for a few details like the grade level, the number of questions, and the topic. For instance, you can type something like the basics of photosynthesis, and within seconds, Magic School AI will generate a set of well-structured multiple choice questions. You'll even get
So you can find out AI tools that with one word or with one question or with one sentence, you can bring back a lot of different type of question answers. There are multiple choices. There are like you have to be careful by putting some kind of good prompt over there, and you can get back a best way. You will even get an answer key with this one.
an answer key. If you want to customize it further, you can edit the questions, make them longer or shorter, or even translate the quiz into another language. Once you're happy with the quiz, you can export it to formats like Google Forms, Microsoft Word, or even print it out for a paper version. Magic School AI doesn't stop at quizzes. It can help you write report card comments, generate detailed lesson plans, or even create questions based on YouTube videos. For the YouTube feature, all you need to do is copy the link to a video, paste it into the tool, and let the AI analyze it. It will generate questions that align with the video content, complete with timestamps to help your students find the answers. Another feature you'll love is the Reina chatbot. This chatbot works like a virtual assistant, allowing you to brainstorm lesson ideas, plan activities, or even find creative ways to engage your students. You can ask it questions like, how can I make history lessons more interactive? Or what are some fun ways to teach multiplication? The chatbot will give you personalized suggestions that you can refine further through the conversation. All the resources you create are automatically saved in the Output History section of your dashboard. This makes it easy to revisit and reuse your content whenever you need it. If you're wondering about the difference between the free and paid plans, there's an upgrade section that clearly outlines what's included in each. The free version already offers plenty of features to get started, but you can always explore the paid plans
This is what I already explained, that for the free versions already there are so many options are available. Though there is some restrictions, you cannot ask them so many questions to answer, but even then, if you are smart enough, you can bring back a lot of different results, and you don't need to upgrade to the paid version. But for example, you are looking some advanced versions and some advanced tools, you can go ahead with a paid version.
if you want access to more advanced tools. Magic School AI is an incredibly versatile and user-friendly tool that can save you time and inspire creativity in your teaching. Whether you're generating quizzes, writing lesson plans, or looking for fresh ideas, it's all here. So, explore, experiment, and make the most of this powerful platform. Are you a teacher looking to
So this is what like Magic School can do for you. So I believe you got an idea that that how you can use this AI tool to reduce your work and bring back your efficiency over there. So, but again, I would like to remind you that without the practice, you can't do anything. If you are just watching and just moving on, you will not be able to bring back the results. So whatever the tool we have discussed in this sessions is up to you. If you're going to practice with them, it will give you what you are looking for. So now for research and writing tools, the guiding rule here is simple. These tools help you find source faster, but they do not replace reading them. So this is what like we have to think, that how you can have a research and writing tools to utilize. The first one is Illicit, that gonna searches through 200 million academic papers and pulls out different type of methods, populations, and key findings in a clean table. Semantic Scholar gives you a different type of search results with short summaries and citation context. Consensus lets you ask a research question and see what the evidence across multiple studies actually saying over there about this research question. So research rabbit maps out citations network, so you can see visually how papers connect. uh, SCite.ai basically shows you how a specific paper has been cited, whether others agreed with it, challenged it, or just referenced it. And SciSpace or Chat PDF lets you ask questions directly about a dense paper or a set of equations over there. The ethics rules here is firm. AI summarize are different type of summaries are a starting point, never a final citations. Read the actual paper before you cite it. So this applies to you and it applies to your students as well. So again, there is a quick look like tip for you guys. Do not depend on the technology 100%. Okay, technology is here, AI tool is here to give you an idea that how you can fast up your work, how you can bring all the informations, but don't blindly use all the informations into your official work, because without verifying the information by yourself on the different platforms, might be you're gonna be in trouble, because there are so many other softwares which can like predict, and they can capture that this is not your work. So in my opinion, you can take all the AI tools, you can utilize any of the AI tool, whatever tool you want, because it can enhance and fast up your work, but don't trust them blindly. You have to verify all the informations which you are going to use them in your content or in the official document. This slide plays a short video showing AI research tools in action, specifically the kind of tools like covered in the previous slides. So we have just discussed so many tools. All these tools are gonna be discussed in this video as well. So you need to be like more focused to watch this video. The video shows how these tools handle large volume of academic content and surface key finding quickly. What would normally take a researcher days of reading and not taking gets compressed significantly. So watch for how the search and summarization features work. It gives a realistic pictures of what these tools can and cannot do. So let's have a look about this video.
Welcome to this quick tutorial on how to conduct an effective literature review using SciSpace. This walkthrough is designed for researchers and students looking to streamline their review process and access relevant academic papers faster. To get started, head over to the search page. Enter your research query. Select a review mode based on the depth of analysis you need. Standard Review analyzes around 250 papers for a quick overview. High quality review covers up to 400 papers, providing more detailed summaries and stronger sources. Deep review processes over 1,000 papers, performing a
So look at this, the difference between, I mean, like a simple difference between the standard, high quality, and deep review. So standard might be it gonna bring back the results from the 150 papers reviewing over there. High quality gonna bring the results from the 400, and the deep review gonna bring back the result from 1,000 papers. So standard may be free, high quality and deep review may be paid. So this is what the difference between the utilization of the different like AI tools. But somehow sometimes if you think that this tool is giving you a good results in the standard mode, you can have to invest the money for your high quality and deep review kind of research work over there, because sometimes like buying some kind of a good tool isn't been wasting a money. It's basically investment to bring back some good results which can help you to like have a good research.
recursive search for a comprehensive synthesis. Each mode is designed for different stages of research, from early exploration to rigorous review. After submitting your query, SciSpace returns summarized insights from top papers. In standard mode, you get key takeaways from the top 5 papers along with citations. You can change the citation format as needed, either numbered or APA style. Think of these summaries as a filtered first pass. They help you quickly identify.
Look at these results. A decade before, if you ask someone about, I mean, like if a researcher is sitting in our session, like who is old enough and they belongs to the previous the traditional way of researchers, they can see like how things are transformed from a very difficult way to a very easy way, where all these citations can be done manually. And anyone who is going to write the research paper, they have to do it manually, everything. But now with one click, you can bring back the citations, you can bring the references, even you can change the more like modules and different type of citations criteria and standards. So this is what like the AI tools are doing for you in in seconds instead of minutes.
Which papers are worth a deeper dive. If something looks insightful or useful for your study, save it to your notebook for future reference. And the Find Topics feature auto-suggests adjacent themes based on your query. Use it to refine your scope or discover blind spots in your current review. Scroll down to the detailed table view. Now you have the set of resultant papers. You can filter results by journals, conferences, access type, publication type, include or exclude keywords, and sort by citation count or relevance. Select the papers most relevant to your research, then choose to explore similar papers. 5 new papers will be added to the table. Chat with them using the AI assistant. Export them for reference or delete any that don't fit your review. This helps you focus on papers that meet your specific research criteria. The table shows section-wise summaries that include methodology, results, and conclusions. You can customize the table by adding up to 50 fields. You can save the findings, which are useful for comparative reviews or evidence mapping. If a paper is paywalled, click Request PDF to send an automated access request to the author. Use the AI assistant to chat with a single paper or multiple papers. You can ask for
Sorry.
summaries, listen to the papers, cite papers, or save insights to your library. This feature helps you extract insights without having to manually scan through dense PDFs. If you find the results useful, export them in your preferred format. It also supports multilingual summaries, useful if you're reading in a non English context. Just click Save Search to revisit your search later. All your search queries will be stored in My Searches for future access. That's how the standard review mode works. You can follow the same steps in high quality mode. It analyzes more papers, gives you a summary of the top 10 papers, and delivers richer, more refined summaries based on a stronger model. Now let's explore the deep review, best suited for systematic, in-depth literature reviews. Once you enter your query, SciSpace suggests better phrased versions to sharpen the research direction. It runs a multi-step research workflow, mimicking how a human would approach it, and shows a progress bar for each stage like paper retrieval, clustering, and summarization. Once done, you'll get a TLDR summary of the top 20 papers, each fully cited. From here, everything works like in standard and high quality mode. Start analyzing or interacting with the results. Filter the papers, add columns, ask questions, or save to your notebooks. If you want to see how the search was conducted, click See All Steps for full transparency. Here comes the bonus feature. At the end of each search, you'll find a set of related questions and an Add Next Step feature. This allows you to move from reading to executing, like running another search, drafting a paper in a notebook, generating citations, and more. And that's it. You now know how to navigate and conduct an in-depth literature review using SciSpace. Use the mode that best fits your stage of research. Try it yourself. Welcome to this quick tutorial on how to conduct an
So this is what like that how you can use the different like AI tools to minimize your like research time, and you can bring back some kind of like advanced version over there. Now time to move to next toolkit, that is content and media creation. That is third area, content and media creations. The idea is to produce better teaching materials in less time while keeping your own voice in them. Gamma turns a syllabus or outlines into a presentation in minutes. Canva Magic Tool generates diagrams, infographics, and visual materials for courses. Notebook KLM lets you upload your reading list and produce study guides and frequent asked questions and audio like summaries from that material. Hygen and Synthesia creates avatar based videos lectures in multiple languages, which is useful for the asynchronous or flipped classrooms. 11 Labs lets you produce audio content in your student's language from a single recording. And Napkin or Whimsical AI draws out concept diagrams from your written notes automatically. So one ethic point that really matters here, if your course materials includes AI generated voiceovers, avatar videos, or AI made images, tell your student they have a right to know what is real and what is synthetic. This slide plays a live demo of Notebook LM, Google's AI research and writing assistant. So the video shows how you can upload course documents and reading materials, and Notebook KLM will answer detailed questions about them, pull out key insights, turn complex content into frequent asked questions and briefing documents, and even generate the audio overview. You can also share a notebook with the different colleagues or students as a shared knowledge base. Watch for how quickly it process. It gonna processes a different type of dense reading materials and makes it accessible for everyone. So this is generally useful for both faculty preparation and student study as well. So this is what like notebook KLM. We're gonna have one question by end of this video tutorial, so you have to watch this tutorial carefully. Notebook KLM.
Welcome to Notebook LM. This is where you can start exploring the power of generative AI. The first thing you need to do is start a new notebook. select the Create button here to get started. Once you do that, you'll be prompted to add some source documentation. NotebookLM supports PDFs, text files, Markdown, or audio files like MP3. You can also add documents from Google Drive, you can add links from websites or YouTube, and even paste in text. Let's try this out and upload these documents: McKinsey's report on the economic potential of generative AI, and Google Cloud's white paper on building an effective AI strategy. Okay, and once those documents are uploaded, this text box at the bottom is where you'll enter your prompts. Think of it similarly to Gemini, as having a conversation with a super smart assistant. But think of NotebookLM as a research assistant that relies only on the documents you provided for context. There you go. NotebookLM will create a concise summary, drawing directly from the uploaded documentation, and provides citations for easy reference. You can ask NotebookLM questions about the source material, give it creative tasks, or have it summarize highly complex information. You'll also notice in the right panel, the Studio panel, you'll see two sections: an audio overview and a notes section. The audio overview section will actually generate a podcast from two hosts based on the source documentation. And the notes section will auto-generate a note or a study guide, a briefing doc, an FAQ, or even a timeline. So now it's your turn to explore and see what things you can unlock with NotebookLM.
So now we have a quick
Welcome.
question with the previous video we have just seen over there. What does it mean by a notebook KLM? That how does it work? Could you please answer me in a single sentence that what is the meaning of notebook KLM and how notebook KLM can work like efficiently? In one sentence, could you please elaborate what does it mean by the notebook KLM and how does it use? We have 30 seconds to answer. I would appreciate everyone to participate in this short question answer session. There is a short question for you guys. Notebook KLM, okay? KLM notebook. What does it mean? That how does it work? We have just watched a demo video about the notebook KLM. So I'm looking a quick answer for you guys. We have a long list of participants with us, so I appreciate if you could answer me within 30 seconds. Waiting for you guys. Could you please let me know in one sentence that how notebook KLM works? We have 30 minutes 30 seconds to answer for this question. I'm still waiting. I hope you guys are with me. This session would be more practical and more innovative if you can interact with the session. Without interaction, if you just logged in and just run away, that means like you're not getting what actually you need to understand for this session. So I'm waiting for your answer. What does it mean by notebook KLM? Anyone can answer? It would be appreciated if you can answer the question in just one sentence in the chat box. No one is going to take the part in this question answer session. We have more than 50 participants in the session. I'm waiting a brave one who can come up and answer the question. None of you is taking part in this part. I'm going to count down 5 and then we can move on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it means you are not interested to take part in learning process. So let's move ahead. Thank God. Notebook LM is a note-taking tool and research assistant. That's fine, but but how does it work? Like sometimes like some kind of like AI tools are working on the basis of the questions. Notebook KLM is working based on the, I mean, how you can give them the different type of like resources, where the notebook KLM is taking the resources, where what kind of answers being received by the notebook KLM, and what kind of source you are going to give them. And no, it's not for the citation, Dr. Ifad. My question is that how Notebook KLM works. What kind of resources Note KLM like need to answer your questions? In one sentence, if you can answer me that how Notebook KLM respond you from which kind of resources. Yeah, that's what like I was looking for the answer, that resources, for example ebooks, and we can ask questions from it and it will give answers from that resource which we have provided. That's what I mean, like exactly I was looking for, that notebook ALM is not working based on your the I mean like they are not answering like all other tools, like chat gpt. You are just putting the question over there, and ChatGPT can return from their own database which they already developed over there. But Notebook KLM is not working in a similar way. Notebook KLM is working based on your given resources. For example, you have one PDF book and you have some kind of a different type of you can say the document which are based on the courses, based on the notes and different type of ebooks over there. You just upload all kind of resources and then you can ask the question, and notebook ALM can bring back the question answers from that specific PDF booklet or the resources you have provided over there. So where notebook ALM can work more effectively for the students, for the teachers as well. For example, a teacher is going to teach a new subject, and they don't have an idea that how much time they can take over there, what kind of notes they can create by this course. So it can take a long time, or it give a tough time to the teachers to teach this kind of subject. So teacher, what they can do it over there, notebook LM, they just upload their the no new course material over there, and then you can prepare some kind of low notes, some kind of short question answers. You can whatever you want from that specific PDF, and notebook KLM can return back the best answer for you guys. As a student, I believe you can being a student, you can upload your notes and you can prepare for your exams. You can ask the questions, what kind of questions can be created from this these notes from this book. So different type of short question answers, multiple choices questions, and whatever you want you can ask to notebook LM, and notebook LM can return back the answers based on the resources or the notes you have provided to them. So I think for the teachers, you can prepare your courses syllabus and the new type of subjects very easily, as well as the students can bring back some kind of like good results. They can prepare for their exams, they can prepare for their upcoming quizzes. So Uh, for the faculty, for the students, Notebook KLM is one of the best tool to utilize. So I believe this is really interesting tools. So you have to use it for your preparation. The fourth area that toolkit is assessment and feedback. So the principle here is AI can make feedback faster, but the final judgment stays with you. That is always stays with you, with the student, with the teachers, because the final judgment based on the deep dive in like resources and some kind of feedback over there. So quizzes, AI builds questions bank. So this is one of AI tool that can build the questions bank aligned to your learning outcomes. Turnitin's AI detection flags, one of the best tool work that may have been AI generated, but it is designed to open a conversation, not to serve as proof of anything. GPT Zero and Originality.ai provides a second look at AI detection with similarity scoring. EduAIDE.ai creates rubrics and feedback frameworks connected to Bloom's taxonomy. Grammarly Edu gives students writing feedback with prompts to disclose AI use. And Padlet and Flip AI generate discussion stars and reflection questions. The critical point on detection tools, they produce false positives. A student who writes in a clean, structured way might get flagged. So these tools should start a conversation with the student, not end one. Never use the detection results as the sole basis for the disciplinary decision. So you need to be careful with any kind of like tool you're using for the purpose of like different type of question answers. This slide plays a live video of Quizzes AI, a platform for creating AI powered quizzes and assessments. The video shows how you can paste in text or upload a PDF, PowerPoint, or Word document and have a quiz generated from it in seconds. The platform lets you host live quizzes with the students and review results in a detailed report. Watch especially for the create quiz from any text features. So it gives a clear sense of how much assessment preparation time AI can realistically save. So these basically quizzes software can give you an idea that similarly like Notebook ALM can bring back the results from your given like resources. Similarly, this quizzes AI tool can give you can create some kind of like question bank from the given and already given task, or you can say that different type of text over there. So that is really important to understand for you guys. So one of the best tool, just go through with the demo.
In less than 90 seconds, I'm going to take you through the three key elements of Quizzes AI. The first of these is Quizzes Create. So you can see I can just tap here, I can put a prompt in, or what I can do is I can click on Upload a file once I've chosen my number of questions, and that will allow me to bring in, for example, in this case, a PDF. Once I've clicked on Generate Questions, it will upload my file and start to generate questions from that file. You will see here that I have 8 questions that look pretty good based upon the PDF that I just uploaded. And that is the first part, that is Quizzes AI Create. And what we're going to look at now is Quizzes AI Enhance. I can do this at both a question by question level and a level at which I am affecting change across this quiz. So let's have a look at using Quizzes AI to enhance an entire quiz. You'll see that I can type my own prompts in or use one of these suggested prompts that are found below. Now this is an economics quiz, so I'm going to use the real world scenarios option. Now this has been applied, I'm going to take question 2 as an example, and what you will see is it's taken quite a simple basic question and given it the context of a farmer's market. Really useful for my students. And finally, a quick preview of Quizzes AI Analyze, changing the game for educators looking to leverage AI to get meaningful and instant insights from data. In this example, you can see how Quizzes AI is helping identify concepts that my students are struggling with, finding practice quizzes and then assigning them to my learners that, at this point, need this targeted support the most.
So that's what that how quizzes work over there. The next slide we're going to discuss about the smart prompting and clear framework. This is one of the most important slide I'm going to discuss. So be careful because a good prompting can bring back like good results over there because prompt engineering is the future. So before we move on, I want to talk about how you actually talk to AI because the quality of what you get out depends almost entirely on the quality of what you put in. I use a framework called CLEAR, 5 letters, 5 principles. C is for concise, one question or task per prompt. Do not ask AI to do 5 things at once. L is for logical, give it role, a task, and a format. Tell it who is it, what you want, and how you want the answer structured. E is for explicit. Be specific about your audience and any limits. A is for adaptive. Use AI like a drafting partner. Send it back, refine the output itinerary. R is for reflective. Always check the facts and citations yourself before using anything it produces. Here is what that looks like in practices. Act as a senior teacher in computer science. Design a 50-minute undergraduate lessons on data privacy for students with mixed background approaches. Include 3 learning outcomes, 1 case-based discussions, 1 short formative assessments, and references. I should verify tone clear academic not preachy. So this is what you have to put it there because this example I put it over there because you have to use this framework that is clear, and these 5 letters can give you an idea that how you need to be clear and confident with your questions to asking to AI. You need to be concise, you need to be logical, you need to be specific and adaptive, and in the end you need to be reflective. You need to verify the facts and citations by yourself. Don't depend on the technology always. So this is what, like, once you are prompting something, prompt engineering is one of the best and important tool for you guys. So here that kind of prompt gets you something genuinely useful. So I believe the prompt gets you something generic. The difference is entirely in how you ask them and how you work with this one. This slides again going to play a short 3-minute video giving a broad overview of how generative AI is being used in higher education right now. And the questions every faculty member should be asking before they adopt any AI tool. As you watch, look for 3 things. Which workflows AI is already making faster today? What kinds of ethical, like guardrails, and other institutions have put in place? And one idea you could realistically try into your own teaching this week. So let's have a
Who
look.
sets the guardrails? AI guardrails are being developed by several key players. Tech companies, companies like OpenAI, Google, Microsoft, and Meta, develop internal guidelines to shape responsible AI behavior. Governments, laws like the EU's AI Act and the US Blueprint for an AI Bill of Rights aim to set regulatory standards. Researchers and ethicists, academic experts propose frameworks based on fairness, accountability, and transparency. Industry alliances, groups like the Partnership on AI unite companies and nonprofits to create shared safety standards. Still, there's no single global standard yet. Examples of common AI guardrails. Let's take a look at real-world examples of how AI guardrails are applied. Content filtering. Language models are trained to avoid hate speech, explicit content, and misinformation. Human-in-the-loop systems. Some AI systems require human oversight for sensitive decisions, like medical diagnoses or legal rulings. Rate limits and access controls. Some AI models restrict the number of queries or the types of users who can access them. Transparency tools. Algorithms are now required in some jurisdictions to explain how they made a decision. Bias audits. Companies are investing in tools that detect and reduce bias in training data and model outputs. Technical guardrails in AI models, AI systems, especially large language models, include built-in technical guardrails such as reinforcement learning from human feedback, RLHF. AI learns what types of answers are preferred and which are rejected. Prompt filtering. Systems can block or reroute prompts that involve illegal, unsafe, or offensive content. Model fine-tuning. Developers adjust weights and
So you need to be careful with the prompt engineering because we have discussed a good prompt can bring the good results over there. You don't need to violate the different kind of ethical boundaries to asking some controversial questions or prompting over there. Otherwise, it can like flag your questions and I mean like it can block you over there.
behaviors to align the model with ethical guidelines. Embedding do not answer protocols. In areas like medical or legal advice, some models will refuse to answer entirely. These systems are not perfect, but they represent major advances in AI safety. Legal and ethical guardrails. Many countries are working to legislate AI use. The European Union's AI Act classifies AI systems based on their risk level, banning or strictly regulating high-risk systems. The US has issued the blueprint for an AI Bill of Rights, outlining 5 principles: safe and effective systems, algorithmic discrimination protections, data privacy, notice and explanation. Human alternatives and fallback ethical guardrails also draw from principles like beneficence, non-maleficence, autonomy, and justice, ideas borrowed from medical ethics and philosophy. Where do guardrails fall short? Despite progress, there are gaps and challenges. Opacity. Many AI systems are black boxes, difficult to audit or explain. Bias and discrimination. Even well-guarded systems can learn harmful patterns from biased data. Global inconsistency. Rules vary by country, leaving room for exploitation. Weaponization risks. AI is being used for autonomous weapons, surveillance, and cyber attacks. Corporate incentives. Companies may prioritize profit over ethical concerns unless laws force their hand. And then there's the problem of alignment. How to ensure that superintelligent AI systems, in the future, continue to serve human values. What about open source AI? Open source AI, like Meta's Llama model, allows developers worldwide to modify and use powerful AI tools freely. This fosters innovation, but it also weakens guardrails. Without central oversight, anyone can tweak these models for harmful use, including generating malware, creating deepfake propaganda, spamming or phishing, bypassing safety filters. This raises important questions. Should open source AI be regulated, or is that a threat to freedom and progress? The role of the public. It's not just up to governments and companies. Public awareness matters. People need to understand how AI affects their lives, advocate for transparent and fair systems, ask critical questions about AI ethics and governance, demand accountability from tech companies. The more we understand, the more we can shape the technology, rather than be shaped by it. The future of AI guardrails. As AI becomes more powerful, guardrails will become more essential. Emerging challenges include superintelligence safety. How do we control a system smarter than us? Synthetic biology and chemistry. AI is now helping design viruses and compounds. Guardrails must evolve fast. Emotional AI and AI companions. Systems that read or influence human emotions require new ethical boundaries. AI governance at scale. Should there be a global AI regulatory body, like the UN for artificial intelligence? These questions will shape the future, not just of AI, but of humanity itself. Final thoughts: AI guardrails are about more than just safety. They're about values. They reflect what kind of world we want to build with the most powerful technology of our time. We're standing at a crossroads. Do we use AI to empower, uplift, and connect, or to exploit, divide, and control?
So this is what like this was a short friendly like faculty friendly overview of how generative AI is being used. So being a faculty member, it's not like that whatever the tools in front of you, you start using it. You need to be careful before adopting it because not all the AI tools are according to the ethical ways. You need to be understand the ethical boundaries and how you are going to use AI in higher education. So faculty do have a more sense of responsibility. They need to show the different type of sense of responsibility, which can help you to understand that which part of AI we have to use, and which kind of like ethical boundaries we need to pursue over there. Now, the next part that is really important, that is module 4, ethical challenges. So this is the part of the session where we look honestly at the problems, because right now, until now, during all the sessions, we have discussed what is beneficial, how you can take the benefits from the AI tools. But here onward, we are going to see that what kind of challenges we can face by using the different type of like AI ethical tools. So not in the abstract, but in the real context of our own classrooms and institutions. There are 5 challenges I want us to go through carefully. These are not edge cases, they are happening right now in universities around the world, including here. So the only question is whether we respond to them like thoughtfully or reactively. When AI does the whole essay. So challenge one is academic integrity, and it is the most visible one right now. ChatGPT can write a full essay. It can produce coherent arguments, proper structures, and references that looks like different type of like realistic based over there. For a student looking for a shortcut, the barrier has never been lower. For faculty trying to spot it, the challenge has never been harder. The line we need to hold is this: AI as a helper, not as an author. Because right now we are using like AI tools as an author, as in the final decision makers. But I believe we have to use AI as a helper that can just give you different guidelines, not to prepare everything for you. So using AI to sketch on outline and telling us you did is not a breach of integrity. Handling in an AI written essay as your own work without saying anything absolutely that is the wrong thing. Our job is to define that line clearly, put it in writing, and then design assessments that make cheating harder and honest use more natural. We'll come back to the how of that in module 5, that how you can do it over there, that you have to prepare some kind of like a writing material, essays and something like that, and then you can design an assessment that can make cheating harder, and we will discuss that how you can make all these things. The second challenge is that is challenge 2 is the bias and fairness. And this one is less visible, which makes it more dangerous. AI learns from data, and the data it basically learns from reflects the world as it is. With all its inequalities and gaps, when we use AI to grade writing, predict student performance, or sport admissions, those biases can show up in the results. They definitely quietly without any flagging them. So this is more dangerous to understand and to find out the risk. A writing tool trained mostly on native English text will score multilingual students lower, not because their thinking is weaker, but because their like phrasing does not match the pattern the AI was trained on. So that is a fairness problem, and it can go on for a long time before anything notices over there. The answer is not to avoid AI, it is to audit the tools we use. Ask how they were built and what data they were trained on. So, push for tools that account for the diversity of our students. So, that is really important to understand the bias net and fairness. The next challenge is student data is not training data. That is basically privacy and data. That is really important. So this is the challenge three, that is privacy and data. And this is where we all need to be more careful than we probably are right now. AI systems run on data, students' grades, writing samples, behavioral pattern, personal informations, all of this flows into AI tools when we use them. When the data protections on those tools is weak, the risk of leak and misuse is real. Institutions have legal obligations under frameworks like GDPR. But beyond the law, there is a basic ethical point. Students' data belongs to students. That doesn't belong to anyone else. So we hold it in trust. It is not ours to hand over to commercial AI platforms. So you need to be careful once you're receiving some kind of like data from the student. A faculty member is not going to upload in the AI tools without the prior like because in the commercial AI platforms. The practical rule: never paste a class roster, a full student essay, or any personally identifying information into a public AI chatbot. Treat students' data as confidential by default. So you need to anonymize different type of anonymization. So like when you are going to run or copy or paste over there, ask who has access. These are not optional steps. They are part of our duty to be people in our classes. But unfortunately, the students are not playing a role sensibly. The teachers are not like taking care of all these challenges. Challenge four is transparency. Transparency is another big challenge, or more specifically, the lack of it in many AI systems. When AI makes decisions that affects a student, flagging work as AI generated, predicting they are at risk of failing, suggesting a particular course of action, so that decision needs to be explainable. If the system cannot tell you why it reached a conclusion, that is a problem. So black box decisions in education interrupt the different type of trust, and they make it impossible to identify when something has gone wrong. The standard should be: if AI flags a student as at risk, the system must explain why with reasoning that a person can actually read and assess. And definitely, a qualified human must review it before anything happens. No student's academic path should be shaped by a system that no one can interrogate over there. Faculty need to be able to override AI recommendations. Human judgment is not a rubber stamp on AI decision. So it is the actual decision. So you need to be careful with that transparency. I have a question over here, that what kind of AI challenges being a staff member you are using over here. You have 30 seconds to answer. Do you have any idea, being a faculty member, that what kind of challenges, ethical challenges, AI ethical challenges you faced in your classroom before moving to the next slide? We have 30 seconds to discuss. What kind of AI ethical challenges you faced inside the classrooms? We have 30 seconds to answer. The next challenge, challenge number five, is access and equity. And it connects directly to some of the deepest questions about what education is for. If AI tools become a meaningful advantage in how students learn and perform, and those tools cost money or require good interact access or internet access, we are creating a new kind of unfairness. A student studying remotely without reliable connectivity or without the money for a paid AI subscriptions should not be at a structural disadvantage compared to the classmates who have those things. So, relying too heavily on AI in course design can quietly penalize students who are already under resourced. So, that is not acceptable. The practical fix: if AI tools are part of your courses, either make sure every student has institutional access to them or make AI use optional, not a requirement. So, equity has to be a deliberate choice, not a afternoon fun. So, once you are going to have it this should be on the basis of the requirement, and you are going to uh, like um, spend the different resources in a better way. Some kind of either you have to use the institutional based access for all the students, or you can make it optional for all the students to make it balance between the paid and non-paid students and the one who is not able to afford this kind of facilities. Module 5, that is framework and practices. Now we are approaching to end up the slides, end of the session. So this is basically we are going to discuss something really important about the framework, how you can have the practice with these tools. So everything we have talked about today, the opportunities, the tools, the problems comes together here. This module is about what we actually do next, what goes in our syllabus, what should our institutions have in place, what does responsibilities and AI use look like on a normal teaching day. Let us get into the specific part of this academic integrity. So we need to focus about the redefining plagiarism for AI assisted work. That is we need to start with the academic integrity, because this is where most faculty feels the most immediate pressure. Step one is updating the policy. We need to spell out clearly what counts as acceptable AI use and what does not. Using AI to check grammar is different from using AI to write the whole assignment. The distinction needs to be written down, not assumed. Step two is making transparency the norm rather than the exceptions. Instead of trying to catch students after the fact, build a culture where disclosure is expected and where being honest about AI use is just part of how work gets submitted. Students should tell us what tool they use, where, and how. This is the most important part. You need to guide your students that they need to tell you at the time of submission about the assignments or the quizzes that what tools they have used, where, and how they use it over there. So, step three is teaching citations. If AI shaped a student's work in a meaningful way, it should be acknowledged the same way any other source would be. So, this is about building habits of intellectual honesty, not just avoiding punishment. The bottom line is straightforward. Using AI for structure with proper disclosure is fine. Handing in AI written work as entirely your own is not. This is the bottom line. I think you need to be very careful, and you need to be specific with the students inside the classroom. You need to make them understand that you need to be pretty straightforward. Once you are using the AI tool, you need to tell us that what kind of tool you have been used in your assignments, and in which way you have used over there. Either you have to written everything from the AI, or you just took the idea and you guidelines and then you have done rest of the work by yourself. But just handing over AI written work and making it entirely belongs to you, that is basically a crime. The second thing is the most useful response to AI assisted cheating is not a better detection tool, it is a better assessment design. So students are there, they can use and they can use the AI assisted cheating tools. But I believe if you can prepare an assessment design more cleverly, you can restrict them to cheating. So we need assessments that AI alone cannot pass. Tasks that require students to show their thinking, not just produce an output. So there are four approaches that works well. Number one, in class writing. Short, supervised, drafted in real time, oral defenses where students have to explain their reasoning face to face. So, project logs where students document how their thinking changed across different drafts, and reflective pieces where the grade is on the quality of reasoning and the willingness to revise, not just the final product. So, put simply, grade the process, not just what lands in your inbox at the end. If the process is graded, it cannot be outsourced to a machines, because once you have given them the project and in the end after deadline you are asking them to submit all your work, I believe there are more chances to be cheated from the AI tool. So instead of waiting for the final product, you have to summarize and categorize some kind of like in class work. You can make some kind of ask them for reasoning at to face. They can discuss different type of project logs, and finally you can assess them in different 4 or 5 steps before the final product ready over there. So this is what like you can reward the process, not just a polished product. So this can I believe reduce the cheating from the AI tools. Now we have to discuss about the academic integrity. We are going to focus on number three, that every syllabus should now include a clear AI use policy. This is not optional anymore. It is a basic part of responsible course design. A good policy does four things: names the specific tools that are and are not allowed. So explains how students should cite AI use. You have to stats what happens if they misuse it, and goes over all of this before the first assignment, not after someone has already made a mistake. So here is a sample you can adapt. In this course, AI tools such as ChatGPT and Grammarly may be used for grammar checks, brainstorming, and outlining. Using AI to write full sections of creative work is not permitted. All AI assistants must be disclosed in a brief footnote that names the tool, the prompt used, and the part of the assignment it affected. So clear, fair, and something students can actually follow. So this is what like is the basic responsibility of the teachers, to embed a clear AI use policy in every syllabus from the day one of the semester. Don't wait for the mistakes from the students and then you're going to tell them that this is right or this is wrong. So day one you have to put the policy about the assignment, assessments, and quizzes, whatever they are going to utilize by the AI tools. So once you put the clear policy, if someone is going to violate, you have to punish them with the reasonable mean like the punishments which already been discussed and disclosed in the policy, that can hinder the use of AI overall. Core principles for responsible AI in higher education, that is really important, that we are going to discuss this one. So I want to give you a simple framework you can use wherever you are making a decision about AI, in your classrooms, in your research, or in a policy conservation conversation at your institutions. Four principles, the letter spells TAIB. T stands for transparency. Be open about what role AI is playing in your teaching, your assessments, and your decisions. Do not let it operate invisibly. Accountability, the second word, that is, be clear about who is responsible when AI is involved. F stands for like faculty and institutions need to be on the outcomes of AI assisted decisions. Next one is inclusivity. Make sure every student has fair access and genuine opportunity to succeed, regardless of what tools they can afford. And in the end, B stands for beneficence. Use AI to improve learning, not to replace the human judgment that makes good teaching what it is. So, TAIB, keep those four in mind. They will guide you through most of the difficult calls. So let's have a look about how institutions can support ethical AI. That is also like important because the responsible AI use in higher education cannot sit entirely on individual faculty shoulders. Institutions need to build the right structures that starts with the governance. So committees with the real authority that monitor how AI is being used, manage risk, and hold the university to consistent standards. Not advisory groups that meet once a year, but functioning oversight with regular meetings and real accountability. It also means clear guidelines on tools, a list of what is approved, how it should be used, and what is expected of both faculty and students. Specific guidance, not like only the principles. So it requires ongoing faculty development, not a single training day, but a continuing programming that definitely keeps pace with the technology as it changes. So faculty needs real confidence to use AI well, and that comes from practices and sport, not just a policy document. So this is institutional, like I believe. The responsibility to take the responsibility to prepare some kind of like policies, not only based on the faculty that they are responsible for everything. So now the time to discuss about the AI literacy. So how you can have a core competency being an AI literacy. AI literacy is not a specialist skill anymore. Every faculty member and every graduate needs it, regardless of their discipline. What does that mean in practice? It does not mean teaching everyone to code. It means helping students become thoughtful, critical users of AI, people who understand what these tools can do, where they fall short, and how to use them without losing their own judgment. The requires definitely the requirements are there are three things they need to require. First, understanding AI limits, knowing when to trust it and when to question it. Second, teaching responsible use, not just as a policy footnote but as part of how we talk about knowledge and sources in our courses. And third, building those skills through real training, workshops, online modules, and short credentials that actually recognize the efforts. So the student in our class today will work alongside AI for their entire career, helping them develop a clear eye relationship with it is like one of the most important things we can do for them. So AI literacy, that is another core competency for the faculty and for the students as well. We are not walking this out in isolation. In 2023, UNESCO published guidance specifically on generative AI in education, and it has become a reference point for universities and government around the world. They identify four guardrails, like human centered, the first one, people led the decisions, not algorithms. AI gives information, a human decides what to do with it. Equity and inclusions, the second one, that is, AI should help close the gap between students with different levels of access, not widen it. So, data protection is the third one. Student data is confidential by default. It is not the resource to be mined or shared like commercially. And building agency is the next point. The goal is to produce graduates who can think critically about AI, not just use it passively. So these four line up almost exactly with what we have been discussing throughout the session. That matters a lot. It means the direction the field is moving in a clear way. The question is whether we get there proactively or catch up later. So, what are the best practices and habits of AI thoughtful faculty need to use it over there? Three habits that faculty who use AI will tend to have in common. First, they design assessments with care. They think deliberately about where AI fits for brainstorming, for data work, for peer review. So, while making sure the intellectual core of the task still requires students' own thinking. It takes more like you can see a different type of thoughts up front, but it makes the work more meaningful and harder to gain. Secondly, they are specific about what students can and cannot do. They do not leave room for ambiguity. So the fairness of your courses depends on the clarity of the rules. If you have not said it clearly, you cannot hold students to it. The third one, the last one, they treat critical thinking as the point, teaching students to questions different kind of AI outputs, check claims, and think for themselves. That is the goal for everyone, for the students and for the faculty as well. So AI is a tool that can help with the thinking, and it should not become a replacement for it. So let us discuss about the real world scenarios and cases how leading universities move from banning to building. Three examples from institutions that have already moved past the initial banning and figured out more sustainable approaches. The University of Sydney in Australia in 2024, they moved away from a blanket ban on AI and started integrating it responsibly through revised assessment guidelines and university wide staff training. They decided that prohibition was not a long term answer. NYU's term in the United States, they definitely piloted oral exams where students could use AI tools and then had to explain and defend their reasoning in person. It is a direct response to the integrity problem. So AI can help you produce something, but you still have to be able to talk about what you have to know about this one. Uppsala University in Sweden, they build a comprehensive AI policy for teaching and exams, focused on fairness, transparency, and learning integrity. The policy is publicly available, clearly written, and reviewed regularly. So these are the real world cases examples that they are not going to some of the universities from the Australia, from the United States, and in Sweden. They were not banned, just banned the AI usage, but they integrate and then ask the students to discuss and give the reasoning that why they use these tools over there. So what all three have in common, they stopped asking whether AI belongs in education and started asking how to make it work responsibly. That shift in the question makes all the differences. So that's what you need to understand being a faculty member or as a institution. So, what kind of challenges ahead? What we will be answering for years to come? I want to close this module honestly. We do not have all the answers. Nobody does, and that is fine. As long as we stay committed to asking the right questions and being willing to revise and approach as things changes. So three challenges are going to stay with us for a long time. The first one, the technology will not slow down. New AI tools will create new questions, ethical, pedagogical, practical. and faster than any community will be comfortable with. We need institutional culture that can respond quickly, not ones that wait for the next cycle of policy review. The second, policies need to be living documents, written once and filled away. They go stall fast. Institutions need to be built in a regular review cycles and be willing to update guidance as the situation changes. The third one, the very important one, the tension between what is new and exciting and existing, and what is actually good for learning will not go away. AI can do a lot, not everything it can do should be done. Holding that kind of like things and the tensions, staying open to the useful while protecting that matters about education. Education is going to be ongoing challenge for all of us because education is basically not a challenge. Basically, protecting what matters about the education is going to be an ongoing challenge for all of us. So we need to be prepared for this one. Now we have to discuss about what kind of helpful resources we can um, like helpful resources and different type of readings which can help us to uh, restrict and restore with these AI tools. For those of you who wants to keep going after today, here are the resources worth time. So on the framework and report side, UNESCO's 2023 guidelines for generative AI in education is available at unesdoc.unesco.org. So you can start here. You can have a lot of different documents. You can go through with all these cases. On the research side, journals worth following. What kind of journals? Computers and Education from Elsewhere, AI and Society from Springer, the International Journal of Educational Technology in Higher Education, the British Journal of Educational Technology, and the Journal of Learning Analytics. So these will keep you informed as the field keeps moving. So you're gonna worth bookmarking today. Now, in the end, what are the key takeaways? We have to cover a lot today. I have discussed a lot of things. I asked you many questions, but you didn't responded me in the way. We have covered a lot. Let me bring it down to five things. I want you to actually take back with you. One, AI is a tool, not a teacher. Use it to support your judgment, not to replace it. Your experience and your relationship with your students are the things AI cannot replicate. Number two, be open about it. When AI shapes what you do in the classrooms, say so. When students use it, ask them to say so. Transparency is what keeps trust intact. Number three, redesign your assessment, and reward thinking, process and revisions. The things AI cannot simply generate on demand. Make the human thinking visible. Number four, protect students' data. Treat it as confidential by default. Anonymize, like audit and restrict different kind of access to the data. This is not a nice to have. It is an obligation for the teacher. Number five, and the last one, take the lead on these conversations in your department. Faculty are the ones who can shape how AI is used in education at the classroom level. Do not hand that responsibility to the administrators or to the technology itself, because if you are giving this or responsibility to the administrators, might be they are not related directly to the teaching and learning. So the faculty can have the discussions with the faculty, with the colleagues, can bring back a good results that how you can use the technology inside the classrooms. In the end, we are now end of the sessions. There was a long session. I believe I tried to discuss everything, that how you can embrace AI ethically, inspire the minds of tomorrow. So, and with that, we have reached the formal end of the formal session. So I believe start of the part I find most useful your questions and your thoughts. If you have any questions, you can ask me over here because we're running out of time. We have few minutes left uh, to wrap up these sessions. So if you have any question, you can ask me. We spent today talking about balance between what AI can do and what education should protect. I hope what has come through is that this balance is generally achievable. It just requires us to be deliberate about definitely rather than the passive side. You don't need to sit back, you have to discuss in front. Before we open up, I want to leave you with one question to sit with. What is one AI practice you are going to commit to trying this semester, or one thing you are going to stop doing? Maybe it is writing an AI policy into your syllabus for the next term. Maybe it is redesigning one assignment to reward the drafting process. Maybe it is trying Magic School AI before your next lesson prep sessions. Maybe it is just have a direct conversation with your students about how they are using these tools and what the expectations are. Whatever it is, make it specific, make it soon, and make it yours. That's what the final words from my side. If you have any question, I'm waiting for you. I appreciate your patience and your time to attend this session. I believe you got something very interesting, and you're going to implement all these type of activities and tools in your classrooms. It's time for signing off. Thank you very much for your time.